Yeah. You are now tuned in to the AP Loungecast. Sit down and relax. Have a drink, have a smoke. You are in the house with BK Trooper and
Misty Bars, aka Mo.
let's do it. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us today at the show at the AP Loungecast. I'm here with your girl
Mo. Hey, everybody.
Yes, and I had got an email, and this email is the subject of what we're going to talk about today. And by the way, Mo, could you tell them where they can send their emails?
Yeah, you can send your emails at aploungecast@gmail.com, or you can visit us at aproductions.com, and that's with a Z on the end instead of an S. And you can just go to the Contact Us tab and send us an email that way also.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so thank you for all the feedback you've been sending us. The emails have been flooding in. And right now we're going to talk about what was the subject matter?
The email, basically was saying that, we got a lot of people dropping mixtapes, and then we got artists dropping EPs. And basically, what is the difference between a mixtape and an EP?
Brilliant question. By the way, send all your emails to aploungecast@gmail. Yeah, so mixtape or EP? How do you feel about that, Mo? I'll let you go in on this first.
There's two types of mixtapes. I'm going to start off with mixtapes first. But I'm going to go with the most popular version of a mixtape. And that is for independent artists who don't have a, budget, don't really have any money, but they want to put out music. They want to get noticed. They want to get, out there into the marketplace. They'll take, popular songs off of the radio. They'll take the instrumentals and they'll record like their own version to the song to those popular instrumentals. Now that would be a mixtape. That's the most popular version of a mixtape. You also have the second kind of mixtape where you have well-known artists. They'll do fresh beats, but they're doing beats from unknown producers. They're doing it from no-name people, so to speak, or not as notorious, not notorious producers. And they'll do their, they'll come up with a collection of songs and do it with that. And they consider that a mixtape. But from my perspective, the way I've always viewed a mixtape is always usually using popular instrumentals that have been recorded by a well-known artist.
Or usually with beats with samples.
Exactly. That it could include that. As far as an EP is concerned, it's just like an album. I think the only difference in it is that it's less songs, and it's just a body of work that the artist felt they needed to put out right now rather than wait for a full collection of songs. And that can be for a well-known artist or independent artist or someone just trying to put themselves out there, but it's original work, but, what's your take on it?
Yeah, mixtape is basically, it's getting your music out there. It's the most popular thing right now, to put out a mixtape. Every now and then you hear, like every other week, somebody's coming out with a new mixtape. With mixtape, you don't generate no revenue off of it, but you can get popularity and publicity. A lot of these artists, they'll either use sample beats, with no, they can't get the clearance, so they'll put it on the mixtape, or they'll use instrumentals that they buy and put together an EP, but they have to get the rights from the producer. How do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as far as a mixtape go, that's what people usually do. They put out a mixtape so you can see, them along with collaborations,
Plus, it also shows their sense of style. Like you're getting to hear them lyrically instead of judging the beat, judging the. Now you can just listen to the lyrics because you already like the beat. Most of the time, it's a beat that's already been heard before, so you already like the beat. You're already connecting to the beat. Now you have to connect to the lyrics. I mean, so I think mixtapes are wonderful for independent artists who don't have a budget to buy or lease beats. I think that it's a good way to get themselves out there, to gain popularity. Plus, you're already connecting with the listener because it's an instrumental they've already heard before. EPs I think are great too. I mean, I love how Beyonce did an EP. Mm-hmm. It was just, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or 4 songs. I think it was 4 songs with a bonus song because I think she re-released it. But the point is, even well-known artists are dropping EPs now because, let's think about it. If the average album is about, 13 to 17 songs, that's just the average album. Like, for it to be an album, you need a minimum of, I think, 10 songs. I think it's 7 to 10 songs or something like that. Mm-hmm. But it's mostly 10 songs. So think about it. You have these 4 songs. They're popping. They're good. It's like it's what's good for right now. Are you going to sit on those songs and just wait? And then wait until you have the other songs to make up the 13 to 17 songs, let's say, before you drop it? By that time, it could be old. It could be, not that it matters because music is never really old. I mean, you're still listening to old school music now. You know what I'm saying?
You can turn that album into a 2-volume EP.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the EPs make sense now for even well-known artists, even, to do because it's fresh. It's giving the fans something fresh, So that's my take on, mixtapes and EPs and, I just, if an artist listening right now or for those listening right now and saying, well, what is the best fit for me? That's where you have to sit down and take time to really think about what direction you're trying to take your music.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they do mixtapes, but they're not really trying to build a career out of it, So if you're not really serious about it or, everyone's serious about their music.
I was just going to say, everybody's serious about their music. Even if they making music for just their block or their neighborhood, they serious about it. When they step into that booth, they step into another zone. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So basically, it's what level you trying to take it to.
You have to be real with yourself. So if you're going to try to make a career, well, you can do the mixtape, get your buzz, see how that roll, and then you can go towards the EP route.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Or if you just doing it like you've never done any work before, start off with the mixtape and then next drop an EP. You know what I mean? Or just, it's like I said, it's all about your comfort zone too. I know independent artists that they drop a whole 17-track album. That's their first thing out. Like, I've seen it done. We all out there on Twitter and Facebook and seeing people's links. There's people that drop a 17-track album and that's their first piece of work that they release to the public. So it's all about comfortability. But, if it's about a mixtape versus an EP, that's the two major, differences. I mean, that's the difference between a mixtape and an EP. And as far as which one to do, that's like solely up to you.
Yeah, because a mixtape, they're going to be looking for like maybe collaborations and, stuff like that. So it's not really verses. You could do both. You can do mixtapes first and then go into the EP route once you, feel comfortable with your sound and what direction and what niche you've carved for yourself as an artist. Yeah,
and I mean, I'm sure everybody's familiar with datpiff.com, which is DATPIFF.com. And there's numerous mixtapes. I mean, T.I., you name it. Everybody got a mixtape on there.
Even independent artists.
Yep.
You can find new music, there also.
Exactly. Exactly. So I mean, that's a nice, like, if you really want to get an example of the different types of mixtapes that's out there and exactly what we're talking about, you could check that side out and just see what's out there if you're an artist trying to figure out which one you want to do. And then iTunes, I mean, Spotify and all of that, they got numerous EPs. If you want to see what people are considering an EP. But as far as like mixtape versus EP, it's like I said, it's all about comfortability. It's all about what you're trying to do, you know. And again, it really boils down to where you're trying to take it and what you're trying to do. And also, it's about where you're at right now. Also, if you got the budget to get your beats, to buy your beats or lease beats, I mean, then the sound is going to be more controllable, because you get to pick something that's closer to your style, and then we get a better sense of feel. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I come at it from like an artist point of view, and then I come at it from like a listener point of view. When I'm listening to a mixtape and it's a song I've already heard, we all do it. We hear the original lyrics. You know what I mean? So at the same time, you're gonna be judging that person's lyrics based to the song to a certain degree. We do that in the beginning, but then after you get over, hey, this is a mixtape, I am listening to a mixtape, then you're gonna hear the person's lyrical style. So like I said, it's just coming down to what you want it to be. But if it's good work and if it sounds great, you know what I mean? And real recognize real, which is the truth. Fans can tell when you're being real with your music. They're gonna receive it well.
Yeah.
So, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, so as far as the, mixtape and EP situation go, I like I said before, I would say do both. Try out the mixtape first, build your buzz, and then, try to make a career out of that and go to the independent route. Put your stuff out there and collect those royalties. See how it go. Make that money. Do those shows.
Yeah. I mean, you got a mixtape out there. And to me, mixtapes, nothing against EPs. But mixtapes are more, like, to me, more entertaining. Because it's like and when I say more entertaining, I mean, like, you're putting your spin on something. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, like, say you use, let's say, a Rick Ross beat. You might want to tend to lean to a Rick Ross flow. That's what I mean. Like, because it's a Rick, you know what I mean? Whereas it becomes more entertaining because you're getting to see how someone would, like, it's showing their versatility. Yes. And that's what I like about the mixtapes. You're getting to see that person's versatility, how flexible they are lyrically, and that's what I love. Whereas the EPs, it's more of you have mastered your style to a certain degree. That's how I would, differentiate the two. You've mastered your style to a certain degree, and you know what kind of sound you're going for. And so you feel more comfortable with an EP because you have more control over it, and you won't have, because even as an artist, you have those, because we're songwriters, you have those like pre-notions. Oh, this is, like, say you hear a beat and you're like, oh, this is so-and-so's beat. And now you're hearing their flows. Like, it kind of
clashes with your music, because now they're judging your music off of what they already heard.
Yes.
So you're already coming in with a strike on you, So you're going to have to really perform on that track.
That's what I mean. And that's what
you have to really perform. Go ahead.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I said, the mixtapes, they listen to you lyrically because you're on someone else's beat. So they're more coming after that person's style. And what you want to try and do when you're doing a mixtape, if you're using someone else's beat, is do it your way. Totally. That's just one of my tips. This is a side note from the major topic, but
flip it.
Yeah. Do it your way.
Flip it.
Do it your way. Don't add that, because then they're going to be like, oh, he or she just did it just like this person did, but they came up with their own lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally flip it. So we thank you for, the emails and stuff like that. Keep them pouring in, and we'll do more shows like this, and we have a lot more in store. Believe me, we just taking baby steps in this right now.
Yeah,
but
bear with us, man.
bear with us right now. But we growing, and as we growing, we want to thank you for sitting in here, and with us at the lounge, and kicking it with us. So if you would like to leave an email, Mo, could you please give that email again?
Yeah, I'll give it to you again. It's aploungecast@gmail.com, and we welcome all feedback. We will respond to your emails, even if we don't talk about it in a podcast or in one of the shows. We'll definitely respond back to you. So we appreciate it. Again, we can't say thank you enough, because we really do appreciate the love and support we're getting.